G'day, in this video we visit Cape Tourville inside Freycinet National Park on Tasmania's east coast. We show you the wheelchair accessible walk and the Cape Tourville Lighthouse. Now I'm going to read from some of the signs that are there. It's probably a better description than I can give. For the main points, this is what I might do in this video. So to start with, let's read this introductory sign at the entrance to the walk. Cape Tourville, one of Tasmania's 60 great short walks. This very easy walk provides magnificent ocean views of the granite coastline of Freycinet and the Cape Tourville Lighthouse. Interpretation signs describe the special features of the area, which is what I'm doing here, reading you the interpretation signs. It says that it's grade 1 walk. The boardwalk or gravel track is wide with gently graded slopes, suitable for assisted wheelchair, no dogs or bikes. So I did this in the wheelchair, and so it is a very easy walk. I did have assistance, but there'd be people out there who'd be able to do it without assistance. I mean, I could have, I suppose, but it's better if you do have some assistance. All right, let's move on and look at some of the great views, and I'll read some more of the signs. Some beautiful views here, so I'll just read a little bit of this. You stand 100 metres above the sea level. The Freycinet National Park extends southward for another 26 kilometres to Taylor for Rocks, south of Shooten Island. And so it shows you here the views that you can see from this point here. You've got Cape Forrester, Mount Graham, Mount Freycinet, beautiful Wineglass Bay, which you need to visit while you're over here. It really is a must. And Tuin Bay, named by the Baudin expedition, probably after acclaimed French botanist André Tuin. So obviously Baudin came past here and named this little bay. Looking out, okay, so there she blows. Whales in this area were hunted to the brink of extinction in the 1850s. Wineglass Bay was a whaling station. Fortunately, these days, whale sightings are becoming more frequent as whale populations recover. Whales migrate north to breed along this coastline and return south to Antarctic waters to feed. Look for the blow of a whale, as it's unlikely you'll see a whale's body unless it breaches. And so it gives you some information there, dates and times. While we were there, people claim they did see a whale. So we sort of went to the lookout, but we didn't see it ourselves. Let's see, I will read these for you. So the southern right whale, it migrates north in June to September. It breeds in the southern mainland of Australia and it returns south September to late October. The humpback whale, it migrates north May to July. It breeds in Queensland, returns south between September and November. Alright, let's talk about the lighthouse. I couldn't get up to the lighthouse at the time, but the navigator, she went up there. Okay, so Cape Tourville Lighthouse, the unmanned Cape Tourville Lighthouse, was constructed in 1971 to assist the safe passage of the many vessels plying the east coast. It replaced the Cape Forestier Lighthouse on Lemon Rock, which was decommissioned the same year. Cape Tourville was named by explorer Nicolas Baudin in 1802 after a famous French admiral. So of course, if you look into the history a little bit, you know that while he was out here, Nicolas Baudin actually met up with Flinders over there near South Australia. So while Matthew Flinders was wandering around, so were the French. Okay, so let's have a look at this. The operator, Australian Maritime Safety Authority, elevation 126 metres, so that's sea level to focal plane of light. Height of the tower 11 metres. Light source 12 volt globe of 35 watts, halogen type. That doesn't seem very powerful, does it? But I guess it does its job. Geographical range 28 nautical miles, 52 kilometres. The maximum distance that light can theoretically reach an observer dependent on weather conditions. The nearest lighthouse north is Eddystone Point in the Mount William National Park. If you look on our channel there, we visit the Eddystone Point Lighthouse, so you can watch that video. And if you're up that way, I suggest you go and see it. Not many people take the time to go there, I guess because it's so far out of the way. But if you really want to go to the northeastern point of Tasmania, let's say of the Tasmanian main island, go up there, and while you're up there, have a look at the Eddystone Point Lighthouse. It's very interesting. Nearest lighthouse south, Point Home Lookout at Treabunna. Now around at this other lookout, so you're looking on the Nuggets. 4 islets just off the coast here. You can see them right there. They're called the Nuggets. They comprise of 6.7 hectares over 4 islets. The largest islet is 300 metres long and 150 metres wide, 30 metres high. So, nesting on the Nuggets. The cluster of granite islands just offshore might not look very hospitable for humans, but around 1,000 birds pair up each year and seek a spot to nest. The island's popularity is partly due to the absence of resident predators. With no mammals and no snakes, the only threat to chicks are visiting birds of prey and scavenging gulls. Of all Tasmania's offshore islands, and there are more than 300, the Nuggets house an unusually high diversity of nesting birds relative to the size of the islands. At least 10 species jostle for a location, including the largest colony of Caspian terns in Tasmania. The resourceful birds all have their own particular nesting needs, including cliff edges, rock crevices, burrows and tussock grasses, some increasing the comfort for their chicks by lining them with seaweed, twigs or grass. Now these are some of the birds that nest there, breed and nest there. Caspian tern, so there's only approximately 50 to 40 pairs of those. Short-tailed shearwater, 60 pairs. Fairy prions, 10 pairs. White-faced storm petrel, 250 pairs. Common diving petrel, 7 pairs. Black-faced cormorant, either 0 or 10 pairs may be. Pacific gulls, 14 to 30 pairs. They're the huge seagull-looking thing that looks like a seagull on steroids. Silver gulls, 15 pairs. Kelp gulls, 16. And little penguins, 100. So that at least we know there's some penguins out there. And if you know a little bit about the little penguins and their relationship with Pacific gulls, the Pacific gulls can take the small ones and the chicks. That can actually happen. Note here, breeding species and populations fluctuate according to availability of food, nesting sites, nesting materials, and neighbourhood feuds. Some birds don't like the company of other species. Alrighty, so that is the Cape Tourville Walk at Freycinet National Park. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got something out of seeing the footage, and you can decide whether you want to make the walk or not. It is accessible, as we've discussed earlier, so it's pretty easy walk for all people of all abilities, whether you're on foot or on wheels. Alrighty, so that's it. Until next time, don't forget, like, subscribe and comment, and let us know if you're planning to go to Cape Tourville or if you've been. And that's it, so I'll say hooroo!